Have you ever been disrespected or felt belittled and didn't know what to do? In this video, we're going to explore 9 Stoic attitudes that will transform how you handle these types of situations. Stoicism offers us a powerful teaching. Never hand over your peace of mind to someone else. Direct your energy toward what you can control, your thoughts, your attitudes, your stance toward life. These attitudes are simple but profound. They show us how to act with firmness, maintain self-control, and not be affected by external provocations. In the face of challenges, instead of reacting impulsively, Stoicism invites us to take a deep breath, reflect clearly, and act with intention. That's how resilience is built, by thinking before acting, strengthening your mind, and facing disrespect with balance, dignity, and emotional intelligence. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel and like this video. That's the only way this content can reach more people. Now, let's begin. Attitude 1. Master the art of not reacting. Have you ever been in a situation where someone tried to provoke you, hoping for an explosive reaction? Imagine the power of staying calm, of not giving them the reaction they expect. That's the essence of not reacting, one of the most powerful attitudes Stoicism can teach us. Picture yourself in a meeting where someone makes a sarcastic comment about your work. Everyone looks at you, waiting for your response. But instead, you take a deep breath, calmly look at the person, and choose not to respond right away. That moment of pause, that control, that's where your real power lies. Many still believe reacting quickly is a sign of intelligence, or that fighting back is a sign of strength. But in reality, it's the opposite. Reacting impulsively means your emotions are in control, not you, and anyone who knows that can use your impulsiveness against you. Stoicism teaches that those who govern their emotions govern their lives. If you lose control, you become a toy in someone else's hands. Think of a burning ember. If you blow on it, the flame grows. If you ignore it, it dies out. That's how provocations work. They only stay alive if you feed them. Imagine an argument at home with a family member who knows exactly how to push your buttons. When you choose not to play along, when you calmly listen and respond with awareness, you break the cycle. The tension dissolves and respect begins to grow. That kind of emotional control not only transforms your relationships, it transforms you. People start seeing you as stable and dependable, someone who thinks before acting. That inspires respect, admiration, and above all, peace. When you don't react on impulse, you gain time to reconnect with who you are. You respond with integrity, not anger. You act with clarity, not chaos. And even more, you completely disorient the person who tried to throw you off balance. They expected shouting, reactions, resentment, but instead, they find calm. And that disarms any provocation. The art of not reacting is a quiet but immense strength. It separates emotional slaves from the truly free. So next time someone tries to shake your center, breathe, choose your response wisely, and surprise them with your peace. Attitude 2. Use silence as your best ally. Have you ever noticed that sometimes silence says more than shouting ever could? Imagine someone trying to provoke or disrespect you, expecting an immediate reaction. But instead, you remain silent and calmly look at them. That's the power of strategic silence, a Stoic tool that can transform your interactions. In Stoicism, silence isn't just keeping quiet. It's a deliberate choice, an act of control and power. When you choose not to react to provocation, you're showing a level of emotional mastery that few people ever achieve. That self-control disarms the other person, who was expecting a fight. Think about the times you've been underestimated or disrespected. What did you do? If you tried to argue or explain yourself, you likely ended up playing their game and giving in to their terms. But when you use silence, you refuse to participate in that dynamic. It's like a chess match. You observe, analyze, and wait for the right moment to act, if there even is one. Silence gives you time to think, evaluate, and decide the best response, if one is needed. It shows that you are not ruled by the emotions of the moment. This confuses people who try to destabilize you because most people aren't used to that kind of reaction. They expect us to explode or get defensive. Silence reveals an inner strength that many underestimate. When you remain silent in the face of provocation, you show you don't need approval or validation from anyone to know your worth. Your confidence comes from within, not from others' opinions. And that kind of strength is deeply powerful because it's immune to external criticism. And that change isn't just external. Inside, you begin to feel a peace and security you may never have known. You realize you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your value isn't based on other people's opinions, your words, or the arguments you win. It's based on how you live, with dignity and self-respect. So the next time someone tries to provoke, belittle, or disrespect you, remember the power of Stoic silence. Use it as your secret weapon, and you'll see how it transforms not only your relationships, but also your sense of self. Silence can be your greatest ally, showing your inner strength to the world without having to say a single word. Attitude 3. When you recognize your strength, nothing can break you. Have you ever thought about the freedom that comes from being self-sufficient? Imagine not needing anyone to reach your goals or feel emotionally whole. Being self-sufficient strengthens your spirit and changes how others see you. It's a sign of power and self-confidence, fundamental Stoic values. Being self-sufficient means not being tied down by others' expectations or demands. Think about how liberating that is. Often, insecurity about your own abilities makes you rely on others. But when you recognize your own strength, you take full control of your life and your decisions. That reflects in everything you do, and people around you begin to admire your independence. Think of a sturdy ship at sea. If it's well built, it can weather any storm without needing an anchor. That's self-sufficiency. You are the ship that stays steady no matter the conditions. When you build your life with your own hands, the result is something authentic, something that reflects your effort and resilience. Being self-sufficient means being independent emotionally and financially. It doesn't mean you don't need people or that you're better than them. On the contrary, it allows you to be more selective about who you let into your life. Understanding your value helps you set clear boundaries. You don't accept poor treatment. Self-sufficiency also shields you from manipulation. Anyone who tries to undermine or disrespect you will sense that you don't need anything from them. That neutralizes any emotional games. Every time you show your self-sufficiency, you send a powerful message to the world. I am enough. People notice that you don't break under pressure and that you have the strength to overcome challenges on your own. Being self-sufficient doesn't mean isolating yourself or rejecting help. It means knowing that if needed, you can walk your path alone. That self-trust is inspiring and earns respect. Cultivating self-sufficiency strengthens you and transforms your relationships. You become an example of strength and independence, someone others want to be around. In the end, self-sufficiency is one of the greatest powers you can develop by learning to know and trust yourself. Attitude 4. Focus on what matters. Imagine being at a crowded party, filled with superficial conversations and constant noise. Instead of trying to engage with everyone, you choose to talk with just one or two people who genuinely matter to you. That shift completely transforms your experience. You leave with a sense of connection and fulfillment rather than exhaustion. Now, apply that same principle to your life. When you focus on what truly matters, something powerful happens. You start living with purpose. Instead of being dragged around by others' expectations and commitments, you choose your own priorities. That builds an inner strength that's hard to shake. Picture an archer aiming at a target. Without a clear goal, any distraction can throw off the arrow. But with a defined target, the archer sharpens their focus and shoots with precision. Likewise, when you have clarity about what really matters, you become that focused archer, hitting your goals without being sidetracked by distractions or others' agendas. Focusing on what matters means learning to say no to things that don't add value, and that doesn't just apply to social obligations. It includes saying no to frustration, to overthinking, to energy-draining activities, and to habits that harm your well-being. Saying no to toxic influences, to negativity, and to unnecessary distractions is essential. Doing so frees up your time and energy, and it sends a clear message. You know what you want, and you won't waste energy on nonsense. People who try to disrespect you won't know how to deal with that, because you're not playing their game. That deep focus brings inner peace. When you stop stressing over trivial matters and place your attention on what truly matters, you feel lighter. Worries decrease, and you start noticing the beauty in life's simple, meaningful things. This kind of focus is something many people have never experienced, and that's why it often confuses them. Here's the secret. When you live with purpose, you become a source of inspiration. People around you recognize your clarity and resolve. They see that you're not shaken by little things, and they begin to respect you for that. Those who try to destabilize you get thrown off because they don't understand how you remain so focused and steady, so start living with that intention. Prioritize what matters and let go of the rest. That's one of the most powerful Stoic lessons. It can completely transform how you live and how others perceive you. By concentrating on what matters, you discover a new strength within yourself. And you show the world that you're someone who knows what they want and can't be easily thrown off track. Attitude 5. Don't carry what isn't yours. Have you ever noticed how some people unload their frustrations onto you, and without realizing it, you end up carrying it as if it were your fault? A criticism that dampens your spirit, a sarcastic comment that makes you question your own happiness, a provocation that knocks you off balance. Bit by bit, your heart hardens, the light in your eyes fades, and you begin to lose yourself. But here's a powerful truth. Not everything that comes your way belongs to you. Stoicism teaches us that we can't control others' actions, but we are fully responsible for what we let into ourselves. If someone disrespects you, offends you, or tries to make you feel small, that says more about what's going on inside them than about your true worth. Often, people at war with themselves spread their chaos outward, unconsciously trying to ease their own pain. If you absorb that, you're letting their energy poison your peace. Imagine someone offering you a poisoned gift. You're not obligated to accept it. You can recognize what it is and refuse to carry it. Every time you reject someone else's anger or negativity, you're practicing a profound form of emotional freedom. You choose what gets into your mind, heart, and life, and that choice is your greatest power. So next time someone tries to hurt you with harsh words or cold gestures, pause and ask yourself, does this belong to me? If the answer is no, let it go. Take a deep breath and stay steady. Your peace is not for sale. Your value doesn't depend on someone else's opinion. And your life is too precious to carry the emotional baggage of people who can't manage their own feelings. Attitude 6. Use time as a source of wisdom. Imagine being able to transform every moment into an opportunity to grow and flourish. Stoicism teaches us to use time as an ally, something that can surprise those who underestimate or disrespect us. Think of nature. A tree grows at its own pace, without rushing, indifferent to seasons or storms. Over time, it becomes strong and unshakable. A Stoic sees time the same way, as a source of strength. Challenges become lessons. Patience becomes power. When someone tries to provoke you or push you into a quick reaction, your calm will catch them off guard. While others rush to resolve everything at once, you remain composed. That ability to wait and give time the time it needs reveals rare and admirable strength. Using time in your favor doesn't mean being passive. It's an active form of control. Choosing to wait for the right moment to act shows a deep understanding of the situation and confidence in your ability to handle it. It's like a chess game, no impulsive moves. Every step is calculated and made at the perfect time. Think about 3 moments in your life where you made a rushed decision and regretted it. Now imagine if you had waited a bit longer, thought it through, let time show you the best path. That's Stoic wisdom, the importance of reflection over impulse. People may initially underestimate your patience, thinking you're uncertain or lost, but with time, they'll see your strength. They'll realize you're not reacting randomly, you're following a well-thought-out plan. Knowing that time will bring new solutions is a mark of true strength. Those who try to bring you down will be frustrated by your patience. They'll realize you're like that sturdy tree, always growing regardless of storms. You use every experience to reflect, grow, and strengthen your mind. Show the world that patience isn't weakness, it's wisdom and control. Attitude 7. Learn to say no before your peace disappears. Imagine driving on a busy road with speed limits, traffic lights, and crosswalks. You follow the rules, respect the lights, and stop when needed, for everyone's safety. Just like on that road, your life also needs clear boundaries to stay balanced. Setting boundaries is a form of self-respect, and it's essential if you want others to respect you too. It doesn't mean pushing people away. It means creating a safe space where you can thrive. When you define what's acceptable and what isn't, you're telling the world that you value your well-being and emotional stability. Imagine being in a theater or movie. If there were no rule about staying quiet, the experience would be ruined for everyone. Rules protect the environment. Likewise, boundaries protect your time and peace, two of your most precious resources. When you have the courage to set limits, people begin to treat you differently. They recognize that you value your energy and your time. It might bother those who were used to stepping over your lines, but now they have to adjust. Boundaries also give you control. You're no longer available for everyone's urgency. You choose where your energy goes, and that creates freedom. It makes you feel stronger and more secure. Don't think setting limits is selfish. Think back to the traffic example. No speed limits would lead to chaos. Without boundaries, life becomes disorderly, and people start acting like they own your time and energy. Setting limits brings harmony. It's one of the most powerful acts of self-love. When you respect yourself enough to say no when needed, you're taking care of your own well-being, and that allows you to be the best version of yourself for the people who truly matter. You also set an example. Others see that it's possible to live by your values without giving in to external pressures. So start thinking about the limits you need to set. Respect yourself, and the world will respect you more. If you've ever felt overwhelmed because you couldn't say no or let others overstep, imagine the relief and strength that will come from protecting your peace and your time. How would your life change if you respected yourself more and required the same from others? Attitude 8. Brutal honesty. Let's explore one of the most powerful and transformative virtues in Stoicism, honesty as an ethical foundation. This isn't just about being truthful, it's about practicing a direct, unfiltered honesty that doesn't sugarcoat reality. That kind of Stoic transparency is a powerful tool. It disarms critics and those who don't respect you. By being brutally honest, you show the world you have nothing to hide. That builds trust around you. People know your word is sincere, that your intentions are real. No manipulation, no games. Your authenticity becomes clear and unquestionable. Imagine you make a mistake. The usual instinct is to defend yourself or downplay it, but a Stoic embraces the truth and says boldly, "Yes, I was wrong, and here's what I'm doing to make it right." That honesty not only disarms critics, it earns deep respect. People admire those who own their mistakes and strive to grow. That same transparency applies to compliments too. Being honest about someone else's strengths builds trust and strengthens relationships. When you acknowledge someone's efforts sincerely, without exaggeration or hidden motives, you create a true connection. People see your praise as genuine, and they admire you for it. Living with transparency takes courage. It means facing uncomfortable truths and accepting criticism constructively. But that courage brings a more meaningful and authentic life. You no longer need to wear masks or lie to be liked. Your mind is clear, and your path is honest. Brutal honesty doesn't mean being harsh or cruel. You can be direct without being rude. The key is in your intent. When your honesty comes from a place of respect and a genuine desire to grow, others receive it well. They'll see you as someone who cares enough to tell the truth, even when it's hard. And that practice of honesty builds confidence. When you know you're living in line with your values and hiding nothing, you walk taller, more secure in yourself. That clarity leads to better results in both your personal and professional life. Attitude 9. Gratitude. That transforms everything. Imagine dealing with someone negative, someone who tries to bring you down with criticism or contempt. Often that person is someone close, even inside your home. Now picture responding with genuine gratitude. It might seem strange, even unnatural, but practicing gratitude can change that dynamic completely. It disarms the person who disrespects you. When you begin to cultivate gratitude, something extraordinary happens. Your perspective shifts. You start seeing the good in situations and in people, even in those who seem determined to devalue or disrespect you. Expressing gratitude improves your emotional state, and it breaks the expectations of those who are hoping for a negative reaction. A negative person's biggest goal is to turn you into one too. That's why gratitude is a powerful weapon. When someone criticizes you, and you reply with, "Thank you for your comment. I'll think about it," you completely throw them off. They expected you to get angry, feel insecure, or shrink. Instead, they're met with calm and appreciation, and they don't know how to respond. Practicing gratitude strengthens your positive relationships too. You focus less on who doesn't support you and more on the ones who do. That shift gives you strength and peace. It helps you see challenges as opportunities to learn. In Stoicism, gratitude isn't about being naive or blind to what's wrong. It's about shifting your attention to what's right, what you have, what you've learned, and what's still possible. When you embrace gratitude, you stop being a victim. You become an active participant in your own growth.